Welcome to our show Hong Kong Brief. I am your host, Jenny. Today, we dive into the vibrant world of auntie culture as a community of Asian aunties in London embraces their identities, breaking free from stereotypes and sharing their wisdom in a powerful sisterhood. It's all about celebrating the joy and empowerment that comes with being an auntie. Next up, we have a delicious story about Siu Mai. Andrew Wong Tsz-san and his Hong Kong Siu Mai concern group are on a mission to preserve this beloved dim sum staple. With a growing following of food lovers, they are revitalizing local eateries and exploring Siu Mai variations from around the globe. Who knew a little dumpling could pack such a cultural punch? Lastly, get ready for some beach fun. Hong Kong has kicked off its first international beach tennis tournament, bringing together players from 28 nationalities. The festive atmosphere aims to capture the excitement of the famous rugby sevens, making this fast-paced sport a new favorite for spectators. With amateur matches already underway, the professional competition promises thrilling action and a $4,000 prize. Please continue watching for more detailed content. South China Morning Post, embracing the identity of a Chinese auntie, the author reflects on the cultural significance and evolving perception of this figure in society. Hosting an event for aunties in London, she highlights the diverse experiences of Asian women and the camaraderie that forms through shared stories and life hacks. The gathering included various aunties who brought unique perspectives, from menopause advice to eco-friendly tips, creating a vibrant community that celebrates their identities. However, the author also acknowledges the complexities of privilege and intersectionality, realizing that her experience as an auntie in the UK differs from that in other countries. Ultimately, she finds joy in her auntie role, reveling in the power and connection it brings. South China Morning Post, Andrew Wong Tsz-san's passion for Siu Mai led him to co-found the Hong Kong Siu Mai Concern Group, uniting fans of this beloved dim sum dish during the pandemic. As people turned to cooking at home, the group flourished, attracting 160,000 followers who share reviews and experiences of Siu Mai from various vendors. This online community not only celebrates the dish but also revitalizes local businesses, as seen with Chow Key sauces, whose sales skyrocketed after positive feedback. Wong emphasizes the importance of preserving the history of Siu Mai, which is deeply intertwined with Hong Kong's identity. As the group explores variations of Siu Mai worldwide, it aims to keep the soul of this culinary staple alive for future generations. South China Morning Post, Hong Kong's first international beach tennis tournament kicked off, drawing comparisons to the city's famous rugby sevens. With participants from 28 nationalities, the event aims to generate excitement around this fast-paced sport and pave the way for higher-level competitions. Arnaud Brac de la Perrière, the driving force behind the tournament, envisions creating a vibrant atmosphere similar to that of rugby sevens, where top players and fans come together to celebrate. The first day featured amateur competitions, while professional players competed for a cash prize in the following rounds. As the tournament unfolds, it promises to attract a lively crowd and foster interest in beach tennis, potentially leading to more prestigious events in the future. South China Morning Post reports that American consumers are bracing for a surge in prices for sports goods manufactured in Asia, following President Trump's imposition of hefty tariffs on countries like China, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Indonesia. With tariffs ranging from 32% to 49%, the impact is expected to be felt across popular brands such as Nike and Adidas, which rely heavily on these countries for production. Economists predict that while some of the increased costs may be absorbed by retailers, ultimately, consumers will face higher prices. Vera Yuan Winghan, an economics lecturer, emphasizes that the tariffs will likely push consumers towards cheaper alternatives, potentially compromising product quality. As manufacturers scramble to adapt, the challenge looms large, maintaining low costs while navigating the shifting landscape of international trade. South China Morning Post also delves into the personal life of comedian Catherine Ryan and her husband Bobby Kutstra, who was once her high school sweetheart. Ryan has made a name for herself in the entertainment industry, not only as a comedian but also as a writer and producer of the Netflix series The Duchess. Despite their past breakup after prom night, the couple reconnected years later, leading to a civil partnership in Denmark in 2019. They share 3 children together, but Ryan candidly expresses uncertainty about the longevity of their relationship, revealing that family dynamics have shifted since the arrival of their youngest daughter. Kutstra, who works in broadcasting, has a history of marriage, adding complexity to their story as they navigate parenthood and their evolving partnership. SCMP opinion highlights the resurgence of Hong Kong's IPO market, which has experienced a remarkable turnaround, now ranking as the 4th largest globally. With a significant increase in fundraising, the city is poised to reclaim its position as a leading IPO hub, driven by a renewed interest in Chinese equities and streamlined regulatory processes. The first quarter of the year saw a staggering 3.8 times increase in funds raised compared to the previous year, buoyed by high-profile listings and substantial retail interest. However, the looming threat of President Trump's global tariffs creates an air of uncertainty, prompting concerns about the sustainability of this IPO boom. As the market heats up, new restrictions on margin lending have been introduced to manage the influx of retail investors, underscoring the delicate balance between opportunity and risk in the current financial landscape. SCMP opinion: in China, facial recognition technology has become ubiquitous, utilized across various sectors from law enforcement to hospitality. However, this convenience has raised significant privacy concerns among the public, prompting the government to introduce new regulations aimed at safeguarding personal data. Starting in June, service providers will be required to obtain consent before processing facial data and must also offer alternative identification methods. The regulations prohibit the use of facial recognition in private spaces like hotel rooms and restrooms, emphasizing a need for a balanced approach that protects individual privacy while harnessing the benefits of the technology. The Supreme People's Court has previously interpreted laws to ban the use of scanners without consent in public venues, reflecting an ongoing commitment to enhancing privacy protections in the face of rapid technological advancements. South China Morning Post: Hong Kong's financial stability is under threat as public finances dwindle, largely due to a dramatic decline in land sales, which have historically been a significant revenue source. As the city grapples with rising public spending, particularly in healthcare and pensions for an aging population, the government is forced to implement austerity measures that could jeopardize long-term growth. Suggestions for new revenue streams, such as taxes on goods and services, have met resistance due to fears of undermining the city's competitive edge. A promising solution could lie in the city's public rental units, which could be sold to tenants to generate substantial revenue, reminiscent of the UK's successful right to buy scheme. This approach not only promises financial relief but also empowers residents to achieve home ownership, fostering social mobility and economic growth. The Toronto Star: in response to concerns about Chinese influence over the Panama Canal, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is set to visit Panama for discussions aimed at strengthening U.S. partnerships in Central America. This visit comes on the heels of President Trump's assertions that the U.S. was wrong to relinquish control of the canal and accusations of overcharging. Despite the Panamanian government's denials of Chinese control, a Hong Kong conglomerate's decision to sell its stake in port operations near the canal to BlackRock Incorporated has raised eyebrows, effectively placing significant port operations under American control. Hegseth's trip will also include a stop at Eglin Air Force Base to meet with military personnel, highlighting the U.S. commitment to maintaining security and influence in the region. South China Morning Post reports that Pierce Brosnan's granddaughter, Isabella Smith, recently made a rare public appearance at the Mobland premiere in London alongside her famous grandfather. At 26, Isabella bears a striking resemblance to her late mother, Charlotte Brosnan, who tragically passed away from ovarian cancer shortly after marrying Alex Smith in 2013. Pierce Brosnan adopted Charlotte after her father's death, and the family has faced significant loss, with both Charlotte and her grandmother, Cassandra, having succumbed to cancer. Despite her family's high-profile connections, Isabella has chosen to maintain a low profile, staying largely out of the public eye while nurturing her bond with her father. Yahoo U.S. highlights Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's upcoming trip to Panama, which is framed against the backdrop of President Trump's concerns regarding Chinese influence over the Panama Canal. Hegseth's visit aims to strengthen partnerships with Central American nations amidst allegations that China is exerting control over the vital shipping route. This comes after Trump criticized the U.S. relinquishing control of the canal 2 decades ago, claiming it led to overcharging for its use. In the wake of these tensions, a Hong Kong conglomerate has agreed to transfer its controlling stake in ports near the canal to an American consortium, further complicating the geopolitical landscape. Foreign Policy discusses the release of a graphic novel titled You Must Take Part in Revolution, co-authored by journalist Melissa Chan and activist artist Badi Yuko, which addresses themes of autocracy and resistance through the lens of the 2019 Hong Kong protests. The narrative follows 3 activists from different backgrounds who confront the harsh realities of authoritarianism in both China and the U.S. The authors aim to provoke thought about the potential for the U.S. to mirror China's oppressive tactics, as they explore the moral complexities of activism and the choices individuals must make in the face of repressive regimes. The graphic novel serves as both a warning and a call to action, urging readers to engage with global struggles against authoritarianism while reflecting on the implications of their own society's direction. The Sydney Morning Herald presents a curated list of 40 must-watch movies to stream over the Easter holidays, addressing the common dilemma of finding the perfect film. This selection spans various genres, including action-packed thrillers like Bullet, featuring an iconic car chase led by Steve McQueen, and the martial arts masterpiece The Grandmaster, showcasing Tony Leung's graceful fight choreography. For those seeking a comedic escape, titles like Burn After Reading and Game Night promise to entertain with their unique twists and humor. The list also highlights poignant dramas such as Babette's Feast and Private Life, alongside chilling horror films like Cargo and Mom and Dad, ensuring there's something for every viewer's taste. The South China Morning Post reports a significant shift in Hong Kong's property market, with deals involving non-local buyers more than tripling in the past 2 years. This surge is attributed to the government's removal of property market cooling measures, which has made housing more affordable for non-residents, primarily from mainland China. In contrast, local buyer transactions have only seen a modest increase, raising concerns about the overall health of the market as local demand dwindles. The report highlights that while non-local buyers accounted for a mere 2% of transactions in the previous year, they now represent 7.18%. This change reflects a broader trend of increased foreign investment in Hong Kong's real estate, suggesting a complex interplay between local caution and external interest. In another article from the South China Morning Post, Hong Kong cycling coach Hervé Degorn sets ambitious goals for the upcoming national games, aiming to replicate the team's impressive 4-medal haul from 4 years ago. Degorn acknowledges the high stakes of the competition, noting that for many mainland athletes, the national games hold even greater significance than the Olympics. With key athletes like Cici Li stepping into leadership roles following the retirement of seasoned competitors, Degorn expresses confidence in their potential to excel. The team is gearing up for the Hong Kong International Track Cup, which will serve as a crucial test event, providing valuable experience against strong international opponents. As the athletes prepare, the emphasis on technical and strategic development will be vital for achieving their medal aspirations. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the Six-Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of Six-Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the Six-Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize Six-Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, sixdobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive Six-Do Brief via email.
Great dragon wakes ancient streets, leading change with modern beats. Cities rise and towers peak, new dawn breaking, bold and sleek. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all in play, future shines brighter every day. Great dragon roars, change the cars, marching strong with mighty force. Whoa. New era, new wave, fast-paced day, history made in full display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen, bold review. Traditions hold, but minds explore, east meets west and knowledge door. Complex world they navigate, China's power demonstrates. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all the play, future shines brighter every day. Great dragon roars, change the course, marching strong with mighty force. New era, new way, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions their growth and peace. New era, new way, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. History made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen, bold review. Traditions hold but minds explore, east meets west at knowledge door. Complex world they navigate, China's power never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen, bold review. Traditions hold but minds explore, east meets west at knowledge door. Complex world